So much was expected from this Mohali track. 300s and 320s and 30s was the estimate that most people had gone with, not just in our studio but even outside. But it's clearly not been, which is a bit of a surprise considering I think IPL games here got 200 runs on most occasions.
Comfortably.
Yeah, easily you're getting 200. So you would have then extrapolated that to a 50 over game and thought that 300 plus would have been the total. So there's been a bit of a gap. But I think what this pitch has done is played like a typical Mohali pitch, because if you go back into, I think the last time they played an ODI was a few years ago.
2019.
19 only,
Yeah.
the Ashton Turner innings.
But if you see ODIs before that, 250, 60 sort of totals have been match-winning totals. In fact, I think India-Australia played that last game. Was it?
Mohali.
Yeah.
That was when Ashton Turner lowered down the order.
84 he had and 360 I think Australia faced.
Earned him an IPL contract also that match.
If you look at the 2013 one, they needed 290 where James Faulkner hit Ishant Sharma for 28 runs.
Yeah.
Then when India won in 96, that time also the score was 290 only at that.
So it's always traditionally been more on the
5 runs.
And just looking at the way the pitch played today, I don't think it was that conducive to stroke making. So you saw a lot of inside edges as well. Of course, Shami got the ball to do, which I don't know whether Australian bowlers will be able to do that, because at that stage when he was, who was in commentary? Is Mark Taylor here?
Mark Waugh.
Was it Mark Waugh?
Mark Waugh.
Okay. So he was in commentary, who just could not believe that was actually Shami's delivery that got Steve Smith. He kept saying that must have hit something on the pitch. Till Sanjay Manjrekar stepped in and said that give the bowler also credit. He possibly could have got the ball to come. But maybe I don't blame him. Maybe you don't see Shami play this often, and especially foreign commentators. So they do not know. But for some of us who see him very regularly, it does not surprise you that he gets that kind of seam movement after the ball pitching and coming in, even while bowling with a semi-new ball. Because at that stage, I think he came back in the second spell. Even with the semi-new ball, he had that ability to get the ball to jag back the way he did, and I think that is his strength. But 276, and that is courtesy their long batting lineup. Most other teams would have folded up much earlier, but because Australia has that batting lineup, they put on 276. And looking at the way the pitch has behaved, as I said, taking what Shami did aside, but I still thought it was on the slower side, a bit sluggish. Whether that changes in the second inning with underlights, maybe another
But
thing.
due also.
But if it was to remain like that, then it's quite a competitive total, I must say. Even though it is not. What were our prediction?
I said 307.
Mine was the worst. Although I was feeling in my gut something 280-ish, but I said 329 for some reason.
maybe just had a bad breakfast.
Yeah, sure. No, I just thought Australia, deep batting lineup, batting to
No, actually, I will be a little critical of their batting because all you needed was one big innings and 274 is past 300.
No, I'm just saying it was possible that Steve Smith could have played that long inning. But as
Warner.
I said, yeah, but again, a
Labuschagne.
delivery that they got. All I'm saying is that it was tough for these batters, and don't forget the kind of conditions that they're coming from, right?
South Africa.
When they get truer surface, just hit through the line, see the ball, hit through the line, and you'll get a boundary. Here, you have to make certain adjustments to your batting, which is why I'm saying that what they've got is not a bad total, but considering the pitch remains like this going forward in the next inning also, unless the pitch eases up or gets better, the ball coming on with the dew or under lights, cooler temperatures, it's been pretty humid during the day. If that allows Indians to bat better, then I think India should chase it. But if the conditions remain exactly like this and do not improve secondly, then it will be quite a chase for India as well. I don't think it will be an easy chase there.
Because what hurt Australia the most was not Labuschagne's dismissal or Smith's dismissal. Yes, that stalled them. But at a critical point, Cameron Green got run out. You remember, that was a very comical way also because he wanted to take a second of a misfield. And luckily Rahul, he had a better throw than what the others had.
I don't think it was Rahul though. Rahul did give
it at the bowler's end. He knew that Green was struggling.
No, it was
Then
someone else.
Rahul threw it to Surya. Rahul threw it to Surya. Surya had a backhand flick. And
it shouldn't. Ruturaj was the scorer.
He
I
gave
think
it.
there's a mistake.
No, because even I think KL Rahul did make that chase, but eventually Ruturaj or whosoever it was, he stopped. He stopped halfway through.
Yeah.
And then of course
but it was a good throw. And see Surya with that backhand flick. That stalled Australia because after that they struggled to get going for 4 to 5 overs.
It could have been comical, like rest of the Indian fielding, even
Of
this.
course.
But I don't want to say it in hindsight, but I did notice, you guys didn't see it, and I said to myself during the Asia Cup, there were a few occasions where I saw KL Rahul being very sloppy with the collection of the ball, but why none of you guys would have noticed it, because it didn't turn out to be a run-out situation.
Wasn't disastrous.
No, it wasn't a run-out situation.
Or consequential in some way.
Yeah. So let's say middle of the over getting over at that time, or in the middle of the over, one or few occasions where there were throws thrown from the deep, and he was very casual in collecting and would let them go. But that never ended up being an overthrow or a run-out, so probably never showed close-up by the broadcaster, or was never shown in terms of replay. But being at the ground, and there were a few times that I saw that happen, and I was like, what is he doing? Why is he so casual, like, collecting random things? But at that time I thought that these occasions haven't turned out to be disasters. It could be a situation in a game where, like today, they had a run-out chance where Sky, who was the batter at the time?
I think it was Labuschagne, if I'm not mistaken.
Labuschagne, where Sky threw it,
but it was so wide, he did not collect it also. He was so far down the crease.
It wasn't the best of throws, but should have.
No, considering how far ahead the batter was, he was a goner by for all intents and purposes. If he collected it comfortably, took 2 steps, adjusted his pads, he could have still got him run.
And remember, there were warning signs. Remember in the Bangladesh game, he dropped Shakib, and that too of a ball which rose, which bounced, and he kind of got hit on the chest. He completely
Tilak Verma's bowling.
Tilak Verma.
Yeah, where there was an
edge and he dropped.
Tilak Verma.
That I'll give him benefit of the doubt, because standing up close and that extra bounce actually did
Yeah.
keep him.
Yeah.
And so for him also, which it hit him in the chest.
Exactly. In fact, that happened twice. I remember Kuldeep was bowling once. He dismissed one of the batters, bowled him, and the ball hit him here on the chest, on the shoulder rather. So again, you'd let those instances pass.
Anyway, it's very difficult keeping to spinners, and especially if there's an edge like that, it's sort of hard to anticipate.
But these are
exactly.
These are not the things that you can.
And
You don't expect them to kind of get casual with the throws, collecting the throws. That's just basic.
See, the problem is KL is also coming back. Remember, there was a similar delivery which Aslanka bowled, and Jadeja just popped up out of wicket like a cobra. But then Kusal Mendes took it, last moment anticipation, and I think KL coming back from an injury and still rusty.
But he's been diving around properly. Did we not see him?
One game.
No,
Maybe
he
it's
did take a couple of stunning catches.
Yeah, he did.
Well, I don't think it's a case of him not being 100% or anything like that. I think he's fit. But again, maybe just a little rusty and still, getting used to it, and an element of carelessness.
Quicker, na?
He'll have to.
You are 8th of next month. You are playing the same team in a World Cup game.
2 weeks.
2 days later, you are playing Pakistan in a World Cup game. And God forbid if you was to make these casual errors in those 2 games, it could just completely cost you. And how you start will make a huge difference going into the semi-final. I know it's a longish tournament, so you have time to rectify. But if you were to lose both those games, from there on it's going to be next to impossible to make it. Every game is going to be a winning, must-win game. And then few tricky games might come up against England, against South Africa. So you'd want to ideally win 1 out of those 2 games that you play.
The problem also, he didn't read the pace also well. It was not just one bowler. He struggled against all the bowlers to collect today. Remember, it was the fact that even Bumrah, one delivery just dipped in front of, he couldn't catch it.
Yeah.
He couldn't get behind. So that is why there is a bit of rustiness in KL.
One that was given as a buy. Is that the one you're talking?
They didn't take a run. But then he couldn't collect it. They were thinking about a run, but they didn't run. So there is a fair element of rustiness in KL.
Could be a bad day as well.
No,
I mean,
But if Nikhil's saying exactly like Nikhil's saying in Asia Cup.
I would give him that leeway of a bad day had it happened for the first time. But because I was at the ground and I did notice a few times, and I was wondering to myself that is he fit, not fit?
Yeah.
And his fitness is fine. He's been keeping non-stop.
and
So it's clearly a casual approach that he has towards these. Maybe he's really charged in when he's going for a catch or some things like that. But sometimes you're a bit casual in collecting these balls and stuff like that.
And it's more apparent when you're at the ground, because sometimes when you're watching on TV, maybe the broadcaster is showing someone else the batter or something, so you don't notice.
And just look at Rahul's 50-50 luck. That stumping. He luckily got it. Otherwise, this was a missed stumping.
That's the technicality of a stumping and nothing
In a
else.
World Cup, if that can go the other way also. In a World Cup.
So what if it rebounds and then misses the stump?
Misses the stumps.
Then what?
Yep. It can cost you. See, that one drop catch that Shakib benefited from, it hurt India by 5 runs. Small margins. So, lot of fielding issues. It started right from the Asia Cup.
True.
Outfield in particular, outfield catching, fielding.
Even today you saw Shreyas Iyer was a bit sloppy earlier.
Yeah.
Dropped that absolute dolly of a catch. I think it was Warner.
And this was the best time to take a catch. Remember, in the night time, you can't take catches that easily in Mohali because of those
low floodlights.
Because of the Air Force station there. So,
I mean, Shreyas Iyer missing catches is an issue, but I hope he
That's
doesn't
why.
miss a game.
Yeah.
And
We all
plays
should
from
back.
there.
You'd rather take a missed catch.
no, we all back
For now, not at the World Cup.
Yeah,
I
of
wouldn't
course.
want to drop a catch at the World Cup again, as I said, could be crucial. But yeah, for now, I'll just take him playing because we really want to see whether he's fit or not, whether he's in that form. And today he'll have to do the bulk of the scoring, considering there's no Rohit Sharma, no Virat Kohli. He's got that all important number 3, so he has to come good. Okay? Again, as I said, the conditions may not be to his liking because he's another one of those batters who really enjoys the ball coming onto the bat. But it's not been like that so far. Maybe then the Australian fast bowlers with the kind of pace that they have with Abbott and Cummins could come in. But see, why I'm saying the pitch is that I just look at the Australian batting order and the point is taken that one of them should have gone on to get a big total. But see, all of them are such aggressive batters, right from Mitch Marsh to Warner to Smith, maybe leave aside Labuschagne, but Green and Inglis and Stoinis, Short even. But look at their strike rates. Most of them, barring Stoinis to an extent.
barring Green.
Green is at
No,
59.6.
He's talking about the fact that it's low.
Yeah,
It's
Not the
very
fact that
low.
it's high. It's very low.
Which is what I'm saying, that those stroke makers kind of struggle to get that high strike
But
rate.
all of them got their eye in, if you see 29, 45, 31, 39, again
Which means
41.
that they were giving that effort. But what
Yeah.
I'm saying is when you get your eye in, for example, if a Steve Smith, even though he's sometimes conservative, if he's batted 60 balls, there's no way that he'll have a strike rate of 68. He would have done a runner ball by that time.
At
Or
least
even
80,
David
90.
Warner, would have gone over 100 strike rate after having batted 50 balls. So, and the fact that all of them got starts, that means
Yeah.
they're ready to put some time in, and yet could not accelerate that strike rate, is telling you that the pitch wasn't that great to bat on. Otherwise, these many balls, most of these guys would have gone past 100 strike easily by that time.
Maybe with the ball getting softer, it's gripping onto the pitch a lot more. That's why stroke making becomes even more difficult.
But then up front also it was the same, no?
No, up front
India
was
also
scoring.
did a good job of
Yeah.
cutting the pace,
Yeah.
as we saw Shami do it pretty well.
Shami did it. Bumrah with that.
Man
good-
from Muradabad, very happy. Shivam is.
But again, remember, look at the Australian bowling. They also have a very similar.
My favorite batsman is Smith, and he
Your favorite batsman is Smith, and your favorite bowler is Shami.
His favorite bowler is Mohsin, no?
Mohsin, his senior, no? His school senior.
But even Shami comes from there. Amroha, na? Yes, from Amroha, same Ilaka. All fast bowlers come from
Amroha.
Praveen Kumar.
Meerut.
Something in the
Meerut
water.
boys. Bhuvi, Praveen.
In and around.
Yeah. Bhuvi, Praveen. All from Central and West UP.
RP Singh.
Yeah.
RP.
From Raebareli.
Raebareli,
Around
yes.
that area.
Yeah. None from East UP.
Shami.
None from there.
Who else they got from? The guy was there.
Yes,
Chennai. He played for the tall, lanky guy. Yeah.
Oh yeah. He played one ODI for India also.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh God, he was
Also from there.
Sudeep Tyagi.
Sudeep Tyagi.
Yes. Tyagi. Yep. He was also there. He played one in Perth. He played of all places. But I think I'm sticking with someone else.
No, you got the right person. Who I was talking about you.
Tyagi, Sudeep Tyagi.
I was a spinner now.
Pacer.
I'm talking about fast bowler. Especially fast bowlers who get the ball to move.
Both in the air and off the deck. Praveen Kumar, man.
Praveen Kumar.
You're a legend in that regard. Oof.
Even Bhuvi.
Bhuvi, yeah, his
In
debut.
the air.
How can one
Yeah,
forget
yeah,
his
yeah.
debut?
Both T20I and ODI is bold incoming. I think it was Kamran in Bangalore and
And
Hafiz.
So I put a
Hafiz.
suggestion out. Why can't Shami, Bumrah and Siraj play?
Together.
I think a lot of people would be feeling the same way now.
Yes.
Seeing this
Yeah,
sort of performance.
5 for
I have
51
been saying it even without seeing Shami take a fifer.
me too. I'm all for this
Five
idea.
Selectors, if you had to vote for the 11, those selectors actually only pick the score.
But
But
Yo.
if you had to vote for an 11 in your top 11 of India, you play these three,
I do,
and then
without a doubt.
but who do you leave out?
then tell me the team.
I will not play a Shardul.
Okay. So you're okay with
I want if I'm playing my best 5-7 batters, I might as well play the best 5 bowlers. Simple as that.
I'll be a contrarian and say I'll stick with the 8 batters.
He will pick Shardul, KKR.
No, I've been a fan of Shardul from before. KKR has nothing to do with it. I want deeper batting.
Lord.
Simple. I want deeper batting.
So why Shardul? Play Ashwin.
No.
Hey, bounce back well. 5 overs for 30, next 5
He
overs.
did bowl well today, full credit, but I don't see him as that kind of batter. No. I'll still stick with the 8 batter theory.
No, I'll leave out Shardul as well.
What are Shardul's figure today?
10 overs, no maidens, none for 78.
Exactly my point. I'm saying if he is giving 78 runs,
And not taking wickets.
I play. Let's say Siraj and Bumrah are playing.
Yeah.
I play Shami. He takes 4 more wickets, at least 2-3 more wickets, gives 20-30 less runs. There's no way Shardul is going to get those 20-30 runs anyway. So he compensates for
With the bat, you think?
Yeah. So he compensates.
See,
for-
you're only
So
taking him
whatever
because you hope.
Take these 3 fast bowlers, your target will be compared to Shardul 30 runs less.
Yeah.
So that 30 run compensated. No?
This, in fact, somebody had pointed out in the comments also, I remember very well, that instead of bringing in somebody like Shardul who will give away all those runs, play a bowler so that the target only is such that your top 7 get you that
You
target.
know what could have kind of confused this debate a lot more if Shardul had taken 3 for 78.
No, then you won't be having the debate.
You
But
would
Yeah,
definitely-
exactly.
I would still
have.
say that 78 runs he's given.
Probably you won't. But again, my point being in the Asia Cup as well, the couple of opportunities that you got. Are you looking
Because
at
the
him
catch
giving you those
22 is
30-35
Bangladesh.
runs always? Always batting at number 8, are you guaranteed of 35 runs?
Against Bangladesh, he bowled full 10, 3 for 65.
But
I
by
know.
the way, even if you look at, let's say, give him, what is his average? 20 must be?
In the bat.
Huh?
Yeah.
Let's give him 20 runs.
Okay.
But then that was also not 20 plus because Shami can get 10
Yeah.
himself. So it's only 10 plus. Yeah.
This is
See, I'm
like
sticking
Shami
with
can get you
it.
10
Huh.
runs.
I'm sticking my neck out and saying I'm sticking with this.
If all you need is, if you're looking at 30-35 runs from your number 8, I think we've got a good top 7 to expect those 2-3 extra runs from all 7 of them and make up for those 21.
In theory, that is correct, but in practice, you've seen multiple collapses.
this is like when we used to play in the clubs and we were told, the bowlers were told, अगर 30 रन दे रहे हो तो 40 बना के आना बैटिंग करते हुए.
Which bowler made Charles?
Exactly, and then everyone got a scolding.
So then the bowler should have said, if I was a bowler, somebody told me that इतने रन दे रहे थे बना के if I'm a bowler.
No, but
तो
if
ठीक है,
that's
किसी
in-
और से करवा दो यार.
हाँ, किसी और को बोलो विकेट ले लो.
That's in the case if they're bowling not well, if they're giving a lot of extras, all of that, those kind of circumstances.
Okay, we got a question here by Sandeep Anand who says Thakur is the real bits and pieces player. India will not play wicket taker Shami in World Cup just to accommodate the weakest lane in Chapar. In fact, I have just I was writing a piece for India today in which I have written exactly this, where I think that whoever you play, whether it's Akshar, Shardul, Ashwin,
Washington.
which I think something we discussed earlier, will always be a compromise. There can never be an out and out first choice of any level. I believe what you do is when you pick a player, he should make your 11 either as a batter or a bowler.
Yeah.
Eyes closed, he makes it. Then if he gives you another dimension with the other skill that he has, then that's an added bonus. But the first thing is that purely on the basis of his first skill, he should make the 11. And if I look at that Indian team, every slot I think they've looked at it this way, where at least on the basis of their first skill they make it. And then there is an added, with certain players, an added bonus of the second dimension or third. Only area where you will not get that is with Shardul, because Shardul clearly is not one of your best 3-4 bowlers in the country. or Akshar for that matter as a spinner, or Vashi or whatever, and none of them are like a first choice thing. So what they are is effectively a compromise. So maybe number 8 when we make the 11 next time, number 8 just write compromise.
Yes.
So 1, 2, 3, 8, 5, 6, number 8 will be whoever it is.
Just
Or a
like
prayer maybe.
2020,
A prayer.
Your number 8 is
Because your number 8 is, you're always praying for your number 8. Of course, you're praying that he gets you those odd breakthroughs. You're praying that he gets you those 30 runs as well. Are you guaranteed of either?
Isn't the Indian team on a prayer?
No. Yeah,
Nahi,
come on. They are one
itna
of
nahi
the
yaar.
strongest teams
They
for the
are.
World Cup.
That they have been since 2015.
Pick the 3 strongest team for the World Cup
Hmm.
and tell me that India is not there.
They are there. I put them as one of the semi-finalists.
But I will put them as number 3 only.
Wherever you put them.
Yeah.
But in the top 3 you put them.
Yeah.
Anyone in the top 3 can win, and they are definitely there in the top 3.
Yeah.
Since it's home also. That's why your prayers
That
are
too. I mean, that too.
Home 2019, you lost the semi-final badly, but people tend to forget you topped the group also.
Yeah. But you also lost one league game there also.
No, but
I know.
One out of
England,
nine, yeah.
Just the England match you lost.
Some
And you got out
games
of
you
jail
have to
against
lose.
Afghanistan. And you,
Thanks to of all people, Shami, actually.
Shami, yeah, you got out of jail because New Zealand you didn't face in the league stages because of rain. Okay, so 3 games gone there and there. You won against South Africa, a very weak South Africa at that time. You beat Australia, credit to them, the strongest team that was there in 2019. You lost to England, one of the titles.
Australia won the strongest in 2019.
They were, I mean,
On paper, yeah, but
England went in as the favourite.
Yeah, they
because
were.
England had been. In fact, England underwhelmed with the group stage. Everyone thought
exactly, they just about squeaked
Yeah.
through.
yeah, because they lost to Pakistan, they lost to Australia at Lords.
That World Cup, England were the favourite teams
Yeah.
to start with, alongside India.
Yeah.
Australia, if you remember, had been going through a bit of a lean patch at that time.
And
they didn't even
Wa-
have great Ashes, I think.
Warner
Oh,
Smith had
they-
just
2-2.
come back.
Ah,
Warner Smith had just come back,
Come back from Sandpaper Gate.
correct.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's why. That was the main reason, in fact.
Yeah.
Yeah, March. They had a horrible 2018 though. They didn't win any series
India
there.
had gone and beaten them in the test.
Yeah.
So they weren't really, I mean, that strong.
They were bruised.
Their bowling was strong, but the batting was very.
Exactly.
At that time, at that point, they had Usman Khwaja still as an ODI
I
player.
remember at World Cup, everyone had picked England as the team.
Yeah.
Like the clear cut. And because they were playing at home, and because at that time they were scoring 400 at home
For fun.
every game.
They had the ideal build of beating Pakistan final.
Oh yeah, right.
Although Pakistan got them back by winning at Trent Bridge.
Babar.
Despite Root and Butler hundreds. Despite that they won. So,
Satish B like.
Satish B is saying this is not the traditional Mohali road. The wicket is too paced. They should have restricted to 250. I would say 70-30 Australia favourites.
No, he's got a point, and that's exactly what he said.
Yeah.
This is not a typical Mohali pitch. It's a two-pace wicket. That's what you saw when Australia were batting, which is why I'm saying few things. One, you see the dismissals, those inside edges, struggling to really hit the ball. That was one, and then looking at the strike rate also, of especially these established batters who can really. Sometimes it take time to get started. But once they face 30-40 balls, you see them bring their strike rate
Correct.
at least better than runner ball. Because they were not, they were all indication that it wasn't easy. Having said that, Mr. Iyer doing visualization. huh?
With a cup of
Barefoot
Chai
and with a
or
cup of
coffee.
Very good.
With
swag.
Rahul Dravid used to do a lot of it. No, the coach. said-
Taking after the master.
Two people who did a lot of this, Matthew Hayden
Yep.
and Rahul Dravid. So when I was covering cricket at that time, I always used to see like before the match, and they used to do a lot of it. So maybe picking a thing or two from the coach. But yeah, double pace, unless it changes, which is a possibility.
Yeah.
It changes second inning.
Under
Gets
lights.
cooler, under lights, cooler, maybe a bit of dew coming in. It'll help them.
Yep. So, any further comments? Freaking awesome. Fielding is a big concern for sure. Because it's very hard to come back into the game if your fielding is poor against top teams. I think.
True. Today you did get out of jail a little bit, but otherwise, yeah, in World Cup games you might not be this
Maybe
lucky.
getting out of jail, supposing if, God forbid, if India lose, then I think that fielding issues will be magnified 10x if that's the case. So, maybe at this point, we don't know if they have gotten out of jail. I'll prefer to wait for the first, for the innings to end and the match to end, and after that.
Knowledge Hub says he's backing India to chase down this target because of the Aussie bowling, which of course is not full-fledged at the moment. No Stark.
And even Cummins coming back from an injury layoff,
Yeah.
lest we forget.
His last game was July.
Yeah, Ashes.
That's it. Smith's game, July. None played in the South Africa series. Sean Abbott though was struggling a bit, but yeah, he kind of made it up in the fifth ODI.
I think I would have given Australia an edge if they had Nathan Ellis. But
Ellis
Ellis was
also
another one
injured.
injured. I know.
Ellis is also new. That's
And mind you, he's played a few games in Mohali.
Of course.
Punjab guy.
Punjab.
Yep.
Mountain Punjab.
Yes.
Fit Monk is saying, imagine if Australia top order would have fired, they would have got 350 easily. That's true. This team is made up of monsters. One of the favorites. They are the most favorite according to me.
Now though, with no head, I think their batting is a little compromised.
Yeah, it has. But I think once they settle in and everyone is there, I still feel David Warner, big match player. Yeah, he'll turn it on on a big day. Mitch Marsh, not every day will get out first over.
Yeah.
Stoinis is showing good form, and even Smith, yeah, he's a monster in one-day cricket. So I don't know. To me, this looks like a scary team.
And if Maxwell slots back,
Then
then
he
you're
will come in.
low middle order.
Yeah, even Alex Carey.
Yeah, Carey.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, this is not a full strength Australia by any stretch.
This isn't.
This is a team to watch out for. For me, they are the number one favorites this World Cup. Followed by
England.
England and India, I'd put them same level. And then there is a free for all.
Then there's rest.
Anyone can jump in on the game.
South Africa, New Zealand.
I think Pakistan, South Africa, New Zealand.
These are the three.
In the level
But
one.
even New Zealand also are not full strength, by the way.
No, but you know New Zealand. What is the cliche?
ICC
Never write them off.
Punch above their weights, obviously every single time.
Every single ICC tournament.
Except
come in, swoop the trophy, go out, disappear.
India.
They come in, swoop the trophy and
Or
disappear.
come close to swooping the trophy.
Yeah.
That
New
too.
Zealand, yeah.
2019, yeah.
So India, Australia will play fine.
India Australia
Big
final.
prediction.
Wow, what a game that will be.
At Ahmedabad.
Big prediction.
In Ahmedabad.
Exactly.
Donald Trump cricket is saying coach today represents full India. Ashit is north. Sid is south. Shane is east. Gargi is west. And Nikhil is mixed. That's true.
To be fair, I also have some mix.
Mix as in I don't know.
Even I have mix.
Because I'm
दिल से एक ही आ जाती
Central.
Central
Central. Central zone. Central zone, na?
North Indian.
Huh.
I never stayed.
Same for me as well. I was born in Delhi.
But
But I've-
by birth you're a West Indian.
Huh. West Indian.
West Indian.
Not that type.
I'm by birth and North Indian. But
Ah.
I never stayed much. But yeah, you can't. Doesn't matter where you stay, you can't really.
फिर से once for once.
I have rarely stayed in the south.
But he cannot take away the fact that he is simple.
Indeed.
Ashok
Shubham.
can say anywhere, stay anywhere, but he remain a North Indian.
हाँ. A
Simple.
Delhi Capitals fan
Delhi
forever.
boy. A Delhi boy.
Why does he only pick teams like Delhi Capitals and Manchester United?
Well, that's something my father also asks now. He's like, all your choices when it comes to sporting teams, that they're all wrong. I've only seen you wine and crib.
India in the cricket World Cup.
He's like 10 years and I've only seen you wine and crib. When are you even joyous on a weekend?
That is true. That is true. Please don't pick India for the World Cup.
Alright.
Pick Australia. Jinx them.
Yep.
Ashok.
I don't understand why Oz is favourites. Yes, they have resources, but are those resources in form? Maxwell, Green, Stoinis, Carey are all out of form game time. I don't agree with Carey. He was out for 99.
Yeah.
Good in the
One of
South
the
Africa
games.
series.
Stoinis, yes. Green, remember he could only play 2 games.
Stoinis look good today.
Yeah, exactly.
See, Green.
And Maxwell's not been fit only, so how do you address him?
Green, unfortunately, he had that concussion in the first ODI and mandatory 8-day rest. That's what Cricket Australia mandated.
And Maxwell, I don't care what form is he.
Yeah, his form doesn't matter.
He's going to scare most teams.
Yeah.
Especially India.
And
Some
he's
of the other-
mercurial. He's
he'll
very
always
mercurial.
Find a way
Yeah,
to
yeah.
move it against you.
And the problem is he's very mercurial. He's not going to have 10 good games, Out of 10 games, he'll have 3
Also-
good games, which will be match winning.
Also with the ball as well, not just with the bat.
Very underrated off spinner.
Yeah.
Ew, Karthik K from the US is saying Jaddu plus Thakur plus Ash is equal to one full player. Suckers. Oh no.
Very good point. That's why I said number 8 from now. Whenever I make the 11, number 8 I won't write the name of the player. I'll write compromise.
And he's saying it's not nice to watch Ash play.
1 for 47 was rusty to begin with at the beginning. 5 overs for 30.
And still not bad numbers.
Yeah, it's not bad numbers at all. But again,
But is that
it's
gonna be your
not
lead spinner?
Mind-blowing
No.
numbers also. It's not mind-blowing numbers. If he had taken 4 for 47 or 3 for 47, maybe then the opinion would have tilted in favor of Ash. But again, this is very middling. 1 for 47.
But that's been the thing with Ash, right?
Yeah.
All the T20 World Cups also, he didn't have really a bad outing, but could never really win you games as well. So
He was wicketless on most days.
Yeah, but that's like middling. Now he would be like okay with the economy, but don't pick up any wickets. So
Zero
it's
for
Yeah.
not even something where you sit and criticize that a match hara diya. It's never also going to be a situation
Yeah.
where he's a one match.
Jita
Jita
diya. Exactly.
So it was just like
He's just there.
Barring the
his
Pakistan
main
game
was-
though, barring the Pakistan
He
game.
won you that game with the bat. Though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's good sensibility, to leave that ball in that pressure situation.
But see, even in the T20 World Cup, what was his main factor? Okay, troubling left-handers, he didn't even do that.
Yeah.
In the South Africa game, Miller just took him to the cleaners in Perth. So
But he was dropped as well.
he was dropped, but not of Ashwin though.
Yeah.
He was dropped of Pandya. Yes, Pandya was bowling, and I think
Which is a
Virat
match
dropped.
where I remember. I remember. That was Bangladesh. Was
No,
it?
Miller was dropped.
No, Miller was, but one more. I think Markram was dropped by Kohli. Of Ashwin.
Markram, right? Yeah.
So
okay, predictions.
India winning.
Ooh.
Although won't be an easy chase.
Yeah, I think they'll huff and puff but win.
Yeah.
India win.
Surya scoring the winning.
एक ही आवाज आ रही है.
No, because I think after a point it'll. I have a
It'll get
sneaking
better.
suspicion it'll ease out.
I mean, if the pitch doesn't improve, it remains like it was in Australia innings, then I see Australia winning. But if it does get better, which it is expected to underline, then I think India will. Close game though, I think.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it being won't be a steamroll. Maybe
Yeah.
4 wickets or something like that you win it by.
Surya scoring the winning runs.
अरे वाह.
Yeah.
Only what if Surya scores look like one of a one
Or
ball?
only the winning runs.
Just because just because it's winning run.
I said the winning run. I didn't say 100 or 1. Or
I am adding only in the brackets over there.
That's open to interpretation.
Okay, bye. See you.
See you. Bye bye.